born and crystallized from what people do. We have become used to legislation being the other way around, where the state says to us, you will do A, B, C, and D, and if you don't follow the act, then you're out of line. In this case, the legislation is so well written that you don't even know its existence. And that is the hallmark of a really good piece of legislation. You know why it's well written? Because it was written in Europe, not in South Africa. That also goes, in my opinion, for local legal advisors who write really terrible legislation. Although, I must say, it's better than it was under apartheid. It started off being a model law promoted by the UN, then the European community, and then America. If you think of the guys who use e-communications, it's Europe and it's America. The other, if you buy something off the web, the odds are it's going to be in America, Europe, or South Africa. They wrote the model law and we adopted it in 2002, and what it says is just this. There are like 5 sections that I need to cover with you. Firstly, you need to understand 4 definitions. There's an advanced electronic signature. It's almost never used. It started off being a huge hurrah, and who of you have ever seen an advanced electronic signature? That don't happen. It's too much hassle. You need a cryptographer, you pay more money, it's a pain in the ass. That's what it boils down to. An ordinary electronic signature is just data which is intended by the sender to convey his idea or his acceptance. That's it. Then there's a new concept. It's called an automated transaction where one of the parties or both of the parties is a machine. In other words, you can do a deal on the net with a machine who acts as someone else's agent. And when you buy a flight ticket, when you book almost anything these days on the web, you're dealing with a machine. You're not dealing with a person, yet you are contracting with someone, and that is an innovation in the state. Sections are just this. Section 11 says, if you do an agreement on the web, it is regarded as a contract on paper like anything else. Simple. It further goes on to say that if you want to incorporate something by reference, now in law, incorporating something by reference is a serious pain in the backside, because you say, this is my agreement, but attached to the back are all my conditions. Generally, you've got to get the guy to initial it. That's the small print you sign at the bank. There are reams of this stuff that comes out. These days, it's as simple as clicking a link and it pops up. It's got to be available and it has to be there on the request. That's it. Very simple. That's why the act is so good. It actually mimics what we already do. Section 13 is more difficult. It says, if a signature is required by law, like for instance a surety document, only an advanced signature, advanced electronic signature. Now, have you ever signed a bank surety by email? No one's adopted it because it's too much hassle. Secondly, it says, if we do not agree on how you're going to sign your documentation, in any way I identify myself on the web is acceptable. That's it. It's okay. If I simply say my email, I order so many chocolates from you or accommodation, and I say done, that's my signature, irrespective of whether you in the normal course of events on paper regard that as a signature. It makes it very easy. It further goes on to say that acceptance might be by way of any indication that indicates acceptance. Typically, you tick the box and you say confirm. That's it. That's why it's valid. It is based on what we do rather than we do it based on the act. It's very clever, this. Now, what happens when you rock up in court? How does a judge decide what weight is given to email? Again, it's very simple. You do a printout, someone from your office puts up an affidavit which says, this emanates from our machine, it is in the format that it was stored, and that is accepted as evidence as in. It really is the logical, simple way to go about this. You don't need to rock up and put your computer on the cloud. If the other guy wants to dispute it, the onus is on him to show that this is wrong. One thing that you have to be aware of when you sell on the web is that the terms must be accessible. In other words, there's got to be a block saying terms and conditions. Then you have a pop-up that shows. We're all used to that. But if the terms are not accessible, you don't have a contract with yourself. Secondly, the client must be able to review and correct. In other words, if he is not able, I don't know whether you've gone through those very frustrating websites where you want to go back and let data is lost. Just it's a pain in the ass. I don't know whether you've done that. Technically, that does not comply. You couldn't be able to go back, correct any errors, and then go forward. The last thing I want to, there are two more things that I need to tell you about is this. One of the hassles lawyers have when you agree with someone, when you send an offer and he accepts, is where's the contract formed and when is the contract formed? Again, it's very simple. The time that the contract is formed is when you send your email and it passes outside your control to an independent system. The moment it goes off your machine, the contract is formed. That's it. Secondly, where is it formed? It's formed at the place of business of the guy who received it. Very simple, very logical. The last thing is this, then I shall cease to talk. Who do you have websites on which you sell items where the guy signs up for something, he pays by card, and you then send him the item on the service? If you, clearly no one does that here. If you guys want, I can send you the requirements for that. I ignored it simply because I didn't think many of you would be interested. But if you do want that, please send me an email. I have my card here. And I'll send you a list of the requirements that your website has to comply with when you sell anything. And I'm telling you, most websites don't comply because we don't say how we trade and who we trade and who are our directors and shareholders and such. Those are requirements. The last thing is this. The Act makes a provision that parties may agree on how to do their e-agreements. I have not yet seen in any agreement a clause saying any communication would be by way of email. We still have this, and it's lawyers' fault. We have this domicilium septamni clause. No one knows what the bloody that is. But we've got lots of addresses and ringers, etc., etc. No one actually cares because when you start off on this, you're not going to serve papers on the other guy. Heaven forbid. Be nice to the guy. So you're not really stressed about that. What you should do is throw that away and replace it with just the guy's physical address and saying we will use our email addresses to communicate and contract. Then, if anything goes pear-shaped, you've got this in your documentation, you can use your email as the contractual basis for what you've done, and Bob's your it's easy. To wrap up, it's really well written. It's so well written that we don't even know its existence. And that's the hallmark